So while I'm in college, I prepared to do some startup related to patent or design. The concept was recreating the sanitary napkins package, and I got this idea from my own feeling. Like I was like thinking like, oh, even though I studied girls middle school, high school, and women's university, and like full of female in my life, but whenever I bring the sanitary napkin in public, I didn't feel comfortable. Even though there's like couple like male teachers in school, but still I was like, whenever my friend asked me to give her some sanitary napkin, like the pad, I was like, here, like I was like hiding it, but I didn't know why I'm doing that, but I kind of like just did it, and I was wondering like why I felt shameful to bring it openly. And at that time, with all the methodology I learned from business field, I kind of like tried to analyze the product of the sanitary napkin, and I realized at that time I thought it's because of the package design with the pastel color scheme and floral pattern. It looks like diaper. And I was like, oh, it's because of the package, and like the design is so awful. Maybe that's why I feel so embarrassed to bring it. So I just like analyzed my feeling and analyzed the product without understanding of without critical understanding of like why I actually feel like that. But I just decided, okay, I will renew the design, and I spent like 2 or 3 years to do the business. I issued some patent and got some awards too, because yeah, I did a lot of work, and I got some funding from school and some government. There is some government department like supporting the kind of new businesses for the undergrad students. So I got some funding from there and made some prototypes and like tried to make some images, like hire some designers. But later, like after like 2 or 3 years, I slowly realized something is wrong. It was like, I'm not sure whether I'm going the right way. And later I realized, what if my product become really popular? What if I sell this idea to like huge company, and they make its new sanitary napkin, and then everyone will realize that's sanitary napkin, then they will still feel shameful. So I realized, oh, the design was not the point. The real issue was the fact that I feel shameful about my body and the fact that I'm in period. And I realized the reason why I felt that was because of the commercial ads I was exposed to while I was a teenager, and all the products are saying like white. The sanitary napkin product's name were white, whisper, and like good feeling in Korean, and saying like, oh, like the advertising like, oh, that girl, like, oh my god, look at her pants, she's in period, oh my god, like making fun, like, or like make the girl feel embarrassed, and like, oh, like, and utilize like kind of monetizing the shamefulness and selling the product, saying like, oh, you should use our product. If you don't use our product, then everyone will notice you are in period. That kind of concept. And after I realized that I could reinterpret all the many of the makeup products too, like, oh, your face without makeup is so shameful. Like, are you gonna go out like that? Like, you should use our lipstick. That kind of advertisement. So after I realized that, I also learned that. I learned how to monetize my shamefulness and my body and my feeling, and also my friends and also my family, my female ancestors, my mom. Everyone is like censoring their body and like censoring their like faces, So after I realized that, I wanted to educate myself and took some art history classes or philosophy classes and Korean women's history classes, and I could learn a lot of things, like which I never knew, which I never learned from business field. And I realized, and I saw some feminist artists' work, and I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. So that's how I became an artist. So So even though I started Lay Muslim after I moved to the Bay Area, but my motivation to be an artist and to come to the US is like from that experience, that the recognition I experienced through my business, the sanitary napkin and like monetizing my body, and without even noticing it, I was just reproducing the misogyny and patriarchy and all the violences through like and harm. It was like I was like kind of threatening my own self and my friends and my family. So that kind of realization was the main motivation for me to do the Lay Muslim too.